hope you're all having a great week so far. I've gotten a lot of requests to make another Magic the Gathering video, and I don't really play Magic very much anymore. For a while I was hanging out a lot with a friend group that played a lot, but then I moved and I haven't really found people that play anymore. So I'm not really playing very much, but maybe I'll do like a card sorting video or something like that. I'm not sure. I still have all my cards. But today, I thought I would show you this board game, and this is one of my favorite board games, so I wanted to share it with you, and it's got some really great sounds to it too. So it's called Ascension, and this is, I'm not sure, this is like, the base game was just called Ascension, I think, but there's been 2 other versions of the game that have come out since then. Maybe another one. I haven't been to the game store in a long time, so it's possible that there's another one that I don't know about, but this one is Storm of Souls, and there's an expansion to this one as well. I don't remember what it's called, but maybe I can find out. Let me take a peek inside, because we have, let's see, so here's the game rules for the Ascension game. Oh no, I don't have the rules for the other one. Well, that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. It doesn't really matter. So, this game, it can be played with 1 to 6 players, and there is a solitaire version. So I'm going to play that today and kind of show you a little bit of the game. And I've never played the solitaire version before, so I'm going to have to read the rules to find out what I do. So, just a second. I don't know if you want to read the story. Well, I'll read the overview. Okay. In Ascension Storm of Souls, players take on the role of great leaders struggling to unite a realm in turmoil. Each turn, you will play cards from your hand to gain runes, power, or other effects, like drawing cards. You can spend runes to acquire new cards for your deck. Power is used to defeat monsters, which earns you honor and other rewards. The cards you can acquire and monsters you can fight are constantly changing, so you always have different decisions to make. Okay, let me find the solitaire version. Solitaire, okay. So here we go. I'm going to set this up like it says. So, here's the board. It looks like this. So, at the top you have a place for the event tokens, or the event cards. And here you have 6 spaces for cards to go. This is where the monsters and the heroes will be. And then over here is the void. This is like the discard pile. And here's the draw pile. Here's the honor pool. So honor looks like this. And this is a 1 honor token. And this one is a 5 honor token. I really love the way these feel in my hand, and the way they sound, and the way they look. So, oh, and down here, this is where there's certain cards that are always available. Mystic, Heavy Infantry, Fanatic, and Cultist. So I'll show you those in a little bit. But first, let's set up the game. So I'm going to have it facing me, of course, because I'm just playing by myself. But usually I try to have it facing the least experienced player, so they can see everything really clearly. And it says to set aside 50 honor tokens. So here we go. I'm going to put them here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Oh no! 30, 35, 40, and then I'm going to do 10 of these. 1, 2, 3. Well, I guess I only need to do 5 actually, since I'm playing by myself. Usually you have to do 5 for each player just to make sure there's enough. So I'll do, so here's 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Okay. I dropped a couple. I hope I can find them. Oh, they're there. Where did they go? I'll put those back. Okay. And let's see what happens next. Okay. Lay out the center row as normal, but whenever a card leaves the center row, the replacement card always enters on the left-hand side and remaining cards slide over to the right. So that's different from the normal version. Normally, when a card leaves the center row, you replace it where it was. Okay, you take the first turn of the game. At the end of each of your turns, Nemesis is considered to acquire or defeat the 2 cards furthest to the right in the center row. Okay, so that's interesting. So these 2 cards are always going to go to the void at the end of the turn. To basically, like when you're playing against somebody else, on your turn you can buy cards and defeat the cards in the center row. You can buy the heroes and what are they called? Heroes and I think it's enchantments, but I just want to make sure before I say the wrong thing. Constructs. Constructs are cards that stay out all the time, whereas heroes get discarded at the end of each turn. So I forgot to say, this is a deck building game. So you're trying to build the best deck through buying powerful heroes and constructs and getting rid of the cards in your hand that aren't as strong, so the cards you start out with. So if you played Dominion, that's another deck building game. I like this one a lot. This is one of my favorite games. I love Dominion also, but this one is really good. Okay. All cards acquired by Nemesis are set aside and only used to determine its honor total at the end of the game. Okay. I'll get to that later. Any monsters defeated go to the void, and Nemesis receives any honor from their reward. All other effects are ignored. Okay, so if there's monsters like on the cards, the second to the right cards, on the Nemesis's turn, they get the honor from defeating them. So honor is like experience. There's 50 experience in this game, and the game is over. Oh, I guess I do need to do. I need 5 more of these because of the Nemesis. I wasn't thinking about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'll take 5 away. So let me just recount to make sure. 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 50. Alright. Continue playing this way until the last honor token is gone, then compare your score to the total honor earned by Nemesis. If you have more honor, you win. Okay, so here we go. Oh, I still have to set up the rest of the board. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle this real good. And it's really important to shuffle well because the cards can get stacked a lot when you play. So I'm going to do a table shuffle. And this helps make sure that the cards are evenly distributed. Or more evenly distributed, I suppose, than they would be with just a normal shuffle, because it's hard to get like between all the cards when you're just shuffling by hand. Now I'm going to pick up each pile in like a different order so that the cards that were next to each other won't be next to each other anymore. There we go. And I'm just going to hand shuffle one more time for good measure. Maybe twice. Those weren't very good shuffles. I'm going to do one more. Okay. There we go. So I'm going to set those here. And then I'm going to... Oh, okay. The first card I drew is an event card. So, this is called Void Rising. It's an event card, which means that it goes into the event card slot. So this is a card that changes the base rules of the game in some way. Once per turn, when a player defeats a monster in the center row, that player gains 1 extra honor. The event trophy, banish a card in your hand or discard pile. Ooh, this one's really good. So let me show you, I'll show you what the event trophies are as I'm setting up this. Okay. So there are certain cards that are always available. Oh, first I guess I should make my hand. So, let me make sure. I think it's 7 and 3. 8 and 2. Okay, so my starting hand is 8 apprentice tokens and 2 militia. So apprentice tokens are worth 1 rune, so I'm going to count 8, and they're heroes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And militia tokens, or militia cards, are also heroes, and they are worth 1 power. So they're going to help me fight monsters. They're pretty weak though, so I want to get better heroes. Both of these are pretty weak, so I want to get better versions of these that also do other things. So one example of a better version of these heroes is the Mystic. The Mystic costs 3 runes to acquire, and it gives you 2 runes each time you play it. So this is like a powered up version of the Apprentice. It's also worth 1 honor at the end of the game. So at the end of the game, you count up the honor that you've gotten from defeating monsters, and then you also count up the honor that's in your deck. So this one's only worth 1. Some stronger ones are worth a lot more. But you want to get rid of, ideally get rid of all your apprentices and your militias because they're not worth anything at the end of the game. And they clog up your deck with like not that good stuff. So that's why this event trophy that allows you to banish a card in your hand or discard pile is really great, because banishing is the mechanic that lets you get rid of cards in your deck. So I want to try to do that as much as possible while this event is out. So the next card is Heavy Infantry. So this one costs 2 and is worth 2 power. So this will help you fight monsters a little bit better, and it's also worth 1 honor at the end of the game. Next we have Fanatics. So these are monsters that are always available to fight. So if there's no monsters that you can defeat out in the center row, you can defeat this. So this costs 3 power to defeat. So you need 3 swords in your, like when you play. The reward, you gain 1 honor, and this is a trophy. So you may banish this to gain the current event trophy effect. So this, once you defeat it, it stays open on your board until you use the event trophy. So then when you use the event trophy, it's basically like claiming the reward. Then it goes back to the spot where it came from, and you get to you get the event trophy effect. So this one, banish a card in your hand or discard pile. So I want to defeat these guys so that I can use that effect, since it's really good. And you can only have 1 of these in play at any time, so you can't stack them. You have to like get them and use them. And the other one is the Cultist. So this one takes 2 honor to defeat, or 2 power to defeat, and the reward is just 1 honor. So this one's a weenie, but you know, it's something. If you have 2 power just sitting around, it's something to get a little bit of reward. Okay, so let's continue. So we need to fill up these 6 spots. So we got a monster, Fettered Soul. He costs 3 power, and the reward, gain 2 honor. You may banish a card in the center row. Okay. Next we have Prodigal, and this is a hero, 1 rune. Defeat a monster with 3 power or less. You do not have to pay power. So I could automatically defeat a fanatic with this, and this happens every time it's played. So every time I draw it in my hand and play it on the board, I get to do that effect. Next, Nook Hound. Oh, okay, I guess before I do this one, I should shuffle my hand, or my deck. So my deck, remember, only has 10 cards right now, 8 apprentices and 2 militia. So there's really not a lot of options for what I'll get, but here we go. So I'm going to draw 5 cards at the beginning of my turn. So I guess technically my turn started and then this happens. Sometimes the play order matters, like, well, for instance, this card, the Nook Hound that I just drew. So my hand this turn is 4 apprentices and 1 militia. So I can buy things that cost up to 4 runes. I'm not really going to be able to do anything with that 1 power. Okay, so the Nook Hound costs 2 runes, and it has a fate effect. So fate effects occur when the card is drawn. So when this not when it's drawn, when it enters the center row. Okay, when this enters the center row, each player may look at the top card of their deck. They may put it into their discard pile. So I'm going to look, and I drew an apprentice. I'm going to keep this on the top. If I had drawn a militia, I would have put it in the discard pile because I'm not going to be able to do anything with that 1 power next turn anyway. And then this is also a hero. And when you play it, it allows you to look at the top card of your deck. You may put it into your discard pile, draw a card. So that way you're either getting rid of a card that you don't want to draw, or you're making sure that the next card you draw is a card that you want. So that one's pretty good. Ooh, this one, Dream Machine. This is a construct. So this is one that when you play it, it stays out until it's destroyed. And then when it's destroyed, it just goes to your discard. It's not destroyed for good, but you have to play it again. Okay. So this is a mechanic construct, and these are great because the rune cost is equal to the honor that it gives you at the end of the game, and these have a lot of interaction between them. Okay, so this also has a fate effect. When this enters the center row, each player may return a construct they control to their hand. So that's really cool. Unfortunately, I don't have any constructs, so I can't do anything with that. But the effect on the board, once per turn, you may return another mechanic construct you control to your hand. So if you have another construct out, you can put it back in your hand and then replay it, and that triggers all of the other other abilities. The mechanic constructs, a lot of times they have abilities that are like when this or another mechanic construct enters the battlefield, you get to do this. So you can like trigger a lot of combos that way. Oh no! Okay, so I just drew another event, and this one is not as good. Rise of the Cult. This is a monster event. So cultists and fanatics have +1 power, and the rewards are +1 honor. So they're harder to kill, but they give you a higher reward. The event trophy is gain 1 honor, so that's not very good. So this one goes to the void, this one gets placed in the event thing. So I'm sad about that. I was looking forward to that other one, but whatever. That's how the game goes. Okay, next we have a Scrap Flinger. This costs 4, and this is a mechanic hero. So gain 2 power. You may destroy a construct you control. If you do, gain an additional 2 power. So that can sometimes be useful. Let's see. And we got another prodigal. So, okay. So at the end of this turn, if I don't do anything with these, the Nemesis is going to destroy, or basically gain control of these, the 2 to the right. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get the Dream Machine since it is so expensive. I just don't have that kind of runes early game. But I have 4 that I can spend, so I think I might get the Scrap Flinger. I don't know, actually. I could either get the Scrap Flinger, or I could get the Nook Hound and the 2 Prodigals, or Heavy Infantry. Maybe I'll get... I don't really like the Prodigals, I'm going to be honest. I don't think they're that great, because you have to, well, I mean, you automatically defeat a fanatic, but that's only one honor. I'm gonna get the scrap flinger, I think. Okay, and then I put all those cards in the discard. And draw, and move everything down. And then I draw a new card and put it all the way to the left. So this is Ayana's Messenger. Costs 1 rune. It's a lifebound hero. Gain 1 rune. You pay 1 rune less the next time you acquire a hero this turn. So that's kind of cool. And it only costs 1, so it's cheap. But I'm out of runes, so I can't do anything else. So it's now the opponent's turn. Oh no! They get the Dream Machine. That sucks. That's kind of what sucks about this solitaire version, is that normally, like, nobody would be able to buy this early game, so it would just sit there, but now the Nemesis gets it, so that sucks. Alright, well now I'm going to move everything down. Okay, we got Auto Builder 5.0, so this is a mechanic construct. You may destroy this to pay 2 runes less the next time you acquire a mechanic construct this turn, so that's really cool. Next we got the Honey Siren, 4 runes. It's a lifebound hero, so it has a fate effect. When this enters the center row, each player may put a hero from their discard pile on top of their deck. I'm going to put... I'm going to put the scrap flinger there, I think. Yeah. So I can kill the fettered soul. Well, maybe I want an apprentice to make sure I can buy some of these nicer things. I think I will, actually. Well, because that's going to increase the chance. No, I'm going to automatically draw. I'm going to automatically draw 4 apprentices. But I might draw 5 if I put this here. So I'm going to put that here. Because I want the auto builder. And the Honey Siren's effect, gain 2 runes. The next time you acquire a hero this turn, you might put it on top of your deck. So I'll either get that one or the auto builder, depending on my luck. So I'm going to draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I drew 1 militia, so I only have 4 apprentices to work with. But I am going to buy the Honey Siren. That's like a stronger mystic that also has another effect. Okay, so there we go. And I'm going to draw a new hand. So I have to shuffle my discard pile so that I have enough to draw. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I drew 2 militias, 2 apprentices, and the Honey Siren. So I'm going to have a pretty good turn next round. First I need to replace that card. I got the Void Militia. Gain 1 power. You pay 1 power less the next time you defeat a monster in the center row this turn. Oh, and now these 2 cards, the Nook Hound and the Prodigal, go to that guy. And move everything down. I got the Abolisher. Gain 1 rune. You may banish a card in your hand. If you do, gain an additional 1 rune. And the Noxious Soul. He costs 5 power to defeat. The reward, gain 4 honor. Each opponent must discard a card at random from their hand. Okay, so let's see. I've got 4 runes and 2 power. Unfortunately, I can't do anything with the 2 power. I just realized that because of the event that's out. So the cultist it costs 3 honor to defeat instead of just 2. But I'm going to play the Honey Siren first. So the next time I acquire a hero this turn, you may put it on top of your deck. And that gives me 2 runes. I'm going to play my 2 apprentices. I've got 4 runes to work with. I'm going to get the Abolisher, since it lets me banish a card in my hand. And I want to do some banishing. And I've got 2 left. So I'm going to first replace this. I got the Star Child. Lifebound hero, gain 1 rune and 1 honor, and draw a card. I think I'm going to get Ayana's Messenger and Void Militia. So I'm getting some good cards, but I need to do some banishing. This is a mystic. This isn't supposed to be in here. Got Dreamer's Glass, Enlightened Construct. Once per turn, you may put a card in your hand under this face up. If you do, draw a card. When this leaves play or the game ends, put all cards under it into your discard pile. So that sort of lets me banish, but not really. It's like a weaker... Well, I don't know if it's weak because you get to draw a card. but you don't really get rid of the cards. Next I got an Elder Skeptic, Enlightened Hero, draw 2 cards, then discard a card. Okay, so I have nothing to do with these militia, so I'm gonna discard and draw 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 4 apprentices and the scrap flinger, so again, I'll get a pretty good turn. I can buy something pretty good. And he gets the Fettered Soul and the Auto Builder, so he's got 2 constructs now, so that kind of sucks. And he gets 2 honor from the Fettered Soul. I got another Nook Hound, so I can look at the top card of my deck and put it in. I'm going to put it in my discard because it's just an apprentice. And a Minotaur. He's a monster, costs 4 power to defeat, and you get 3 honor. And this is also a trophy monster, so he stays out like the Fanatic until you use his effect. So you may banish this to draw a card. So that can be really nice if you're like in a pinch and you just need to draw 1 more card to activate something. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna play these 4 apprentices, and I'm gonna buy the Star Child maybe? Or I could get the Nook Hound and a Heavy Infantry. Yeah, I'm gonna get the Star Child. Okay, Soul Assassin, costs 4 runes. You gain 2 power, and the next time you defeat a monster in the center row this turn, gain 2 runes. So that's cool, but I can't buy it. And I've got the Scrap Flinger. I can't really do anything with that, so that's my turn. So let me draw 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I drew 2 apprentices, the Void Militia, Iona's Messenger, and the Honey Siren. So, let's see, what do I do next? Oh no, I forgot. Okay, so I had the Honey Siren and I got a hero. I forgot I could put it at the top of my deck, so that's okay. It's a may effect, so it says you may put it on top of your deck, so I can't do anything about it now. But, I'll just try to remember playing Iona's Messenger. So, I've got 3 runes. I can pay 1 less rune the next time I acquire a hero, and I can put it on the top of my deck. I've got 2 more apprentices. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I can buy heroes for 1 less. I think I'm gonna get the Soul Assassin. So, yeah, I'm gonna get him. Or her, I don't know. One thing I really like about this game is the art. It's really cool. So they only cost 3, and they go on the top of my deck. So I've got, so yeah, I had 5, it only cost 3, so I've got 2 left. Drew the Elemental Adept, costs 4 runes. Draw a card. If the current event is enlightened, draw an additional card. You may banish a card in the center row. So the current event is monster, so, but maybe I'll draw another one. Void Militia, there's no monsters that I can defeat in the center row, so that's my turn. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I got 2 Militia, Apprentice, Star Child, and Soul Assassin. So I should be able to do some stuff next turn. Okay, it's the Dreamer's Glass and the Noxious Soul, so it gets 4 honor. Each opponent must discard a card at random from their hand. Oh, I need to see if, do the effects actually take place, or do they just get... All other effects are ignored. Okay, well that's good, because that would really suck. Okay, move everything down. I got another Iona's Messenger and a Nemesis. Ooh. So this is 8 power to defeat. Fate. When this enters the center row, banish the current event. Oh good, I'm glad. That was really annoying. Okay, reward. Gain 6 honor. Choose up to 3 trophy monsters from the void and put them into play under your control. I'm probably not going to be able to get it because it's so powerful. So it's probably going to go to the Nemesis. The Nemesis will go to the Nemesis. Haha. Okay. First I'm going to play Star Child. So I gain 1 rune and 1 honor. Here's my first honor of the game. I'm not doing so well. And I get to draw a card. I'm going to play Soul Assassin. Gain 2 power. The next time you defeat a monster in the center row this turn, gain 2 runes. So I'm going to play my Militia, and I'm going to go ahead and defeat the Minotaur. So I gain 3 honor. And the trophy, I may banish this to draw a card. So I'm going to just keep that right here so I can use it when I want. And I gain 2 runes because I defeated a monster in the center row. Okay, I got another Fettered Soul. So I've got 1, 2, 3. I'm going to play my apprentices. I've got 5 runes to work with. I think I'm going to get the Nook Hound. Move everything down. So I've got 3 left. And I guess I'll get the Elder Skeptic too. Or do I want to get 2 rune? Or do I want to get a Mystic? No, I'm going to get the Elder Skeptic. That'll help me cycle through some of these not so great cards. Okay, we got another event. Arha Rising. This is an enlightened event. Once during their turn, when a player discards any number of cards, they may return one of them to their hand. Ooh, that just made the Elder Skeptic much more powerful. The event trophy is draw a card. So that's much better than the last one. I'm happy about that. I got the Eye of Destiny. 7 runes. It's an enlightened construct. Once per turn, when you acquire a hero, you may put it into your hand. That's really good. I wish I could get that. I don't know if I will be able to. So they get Elemental Adept and Iona's Messenger. Got a Kog'Maw, Mechanic Construct. Once per turn, you may destroy a Mechanic Construct you control to gain 1 rune. If the current event is Mechanic, gain an additional 1 rune. And I got a Noxious Soul. 3, 4, 5. I got 4 apprentices and a scrap flanger. That's not very good, but it's okay. I guess I'll get an elemental adept since there's an enlightened event now. Because that way I can maybe get rid of some of these really powerful ones that I don't want the Nemesis to get. Got a Tower of Skara. Draw 3 cards, then discard 2 cards or 1 enlightened card. Okay, so there's different factions within this. There's Enlightened, Arcana, Lifebound, I don't remember what else, Void, and the cards all have an effect, or like a faction associated with them, and sometimes they interact and have more powerful effects. Scrap Flanger, I'm going to destroy a cultist and gain 1 honor, so I'm going to turn these in and gain a 5 honor. That's my turn. 1. 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 apprentices, an Elder Skeptic, and an Abolisher. Okay, so first, I'm going to play the Abolisher. I'm going to banish an apprentice. So this is going to go like over here, somewhere out of the way. So I gained an additional rune. Now I'm going to play the Elder Skeptic. Draw 2 cards and discard a card, but I don't really discard it. I return it to my hand because of the event. Now Elemental Adept. I got a really good combo here. So draw a card. If the current event is enlightened, draw an additional card. So I get to draw 2 cards. And I may banish a card in the center row. I'm going to banish... Let's see, what will I be able to buy this turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can buy the Kog'Maw. Or, yeah, I guess that's it. I could play the Minotaur and see if I can get 1 more so I can get the Eye of Destiny. I think I'm going to do that. So this goes to the Void. Draw a card. Yes, I got an apprentice. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm gonna... Oh, I have to banish a card first. Okay. So I'm gonna banish the Nemesis so he doesn't get all of those runes. And then I'm gonna, well, let me first do this. Synchronizer, Mechanic Construct. Once per turn when you play a Mechanic Construct, including this one, gain 1 rune. So that's cool. I mean, really, like, he's gotten a lot of Mechanic Constructs that are really good, so it might be too late in the game for me to go for that. The only downside is that he's going to get a lot of honor from that. I don't know if I'll be able to catch up. But I'm going to buy the Eye of Destiny, and it goes to my discard, but when I play it, it stays out. I just have to play it first, so I have to draw it. Okay, Soul Assassin. I'm going to play my Soul Assassin and gain 2 so I can kill a cultist. And that's that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 Militia, Star Child, Void Militia, and Honey Siren. Okay. So he gets Progna and Fettered Soul. Oops. Gains 2 honor. Everything moves down. I drew another Star Child and Snake Shaman. Lifebound Hero, gain 1 rune. If the current event is Lifebound, gain an additional rune. Once this turn, you may spend up to 4 runes to gain that much honor. Okay, I'm going to play the Honey Siren first, and then the Star Child, so I gain 1 rune, and I get to draw a card. Or gain 1 rune and 1 honor. I'm going to look at the Nook Hound. Or play the Nook Hound. So look at the top card, it's an Apprentice. And I get to draw a card. Okay, I got Ayana's Messenger. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 towards a hero. I'm gonna get a Tower of Skara, because I have a lot of Enlightened cards. So, because of the Honey Siren, it gets to go on top of my deck, which is cool. Everything moves down. Sparkling. Alright, I'm gonna play my Void Militia, and my 2 Militias. So, I can't defeat anybody in the center row. Unfortunately, I'm 1 power away, but that's okay. I'm gonna defeat a Fanatic. Well, I only have 3, so yeah, I have to. So I gain 1 honor, and then if I want to, I can spend it to draw a card. But I'm not going to do that right now. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, Noxious Soul and Synchronizer go to the Nemesis, so they gain 4 honor. Move everything down. I got a Nilemancer. Gain 2 is a Void Hero. Gain 2 honor, or 2 power. You may banish a card in your hand. If you do, gain an additional power. So that's really good. I want to get that. I got another one, so 2 Nilemancer though. So I should be. It stopped recording. This video is really long, so I'm going to go ahead and play a little bit by myself, and then once I get towards the end, then I'll show you again, and we'll count up the honor together. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm almost at the end of the game. I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 honor left in the honor pool. I just got a new event, Hedron Rising. This is a Mechana event. It says all constructs are also Mechanic constructs. Oh, let me turn off the air. Sorry about that. It makes a loud sound. Okay. The event trophy for this one: when a construct you control would be destroyed, you may prevent it from being destroyed. So that's cool. And I got a Granger. Okay. So let's see. Elder Skeptic. Draw 2 cards, then discard a card. I'm going to discard that Apprentice. Draw 3 cards, or discard, and then discard 2 cards or 1 Enlightened card. I don't have any Enlightened cards, so that kind of stinks. Alright, Apprentice and Void Militia, I think. Yeah. Okay. Gain Star Child, gain 1 honor, 1 rune, draw a card. Okay. I have Auto Builder, which is a construct. So I get to trigger all of these things. So I get 1 rune, I get to banish a card, I'm going to banish that apprentice, and I may destroy the Auto Builder to pay 2 runes less the next time you acquire a Mechanic construct this turn. There aren't any out right now, but that's okay. So let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, I can get Emery Soul Slayer. Gain 4 power. You may banish up to 2 cards from your hand and or discard pile. Gain an additional 1 power for each card banished from your hand this way. Cool. So he goes to my hand because of Eye of Destiny, and I can play him. So I've got. Oh shoot! I think I cheated. Okay, so I have to get that up and destroy this. Wait. I cheated. Okay, I can't do that. I didn't try to cheat, I was just confused. Okay, so I don't get it. Let's see. I'm gonna defeat the Fettered Soul. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I confuse power with runes. So I'm gonna kill the Fettered Soul. I gain 3 honor, and I may banish a card in the center row. So I'm going to banish the Emerald Soul Slayer because I don't want the Nemesis to get it. Alright, so that costs 3. I've still got 5 left, and I'm going to defeat Polaris Demon. Gain 5 runes. Oh, okay, find 5 power. So this is the end of the game now. This is the last turn, and the Nemesis gets 1 more turn after this. So there's only 3 here, so I get to get the 2 extra ones from the bag because I earned them. And then if I earn any more, then I get to take them from the bag. But then the game is over. Okay. So, I defeated a monster in the center row, so I gained 2 runes. 1, 2. Whoops, sorry. Okay, it went away again. I've got 3 left. So I'm gonna get, ooh! I'm gonna get the Brazier Draw and go straight to my hand. I'm gonna play it. Gain 1 rune. You may return a construct from your discard pile to your hand. I'm going to return Auto Builder. So I'm going to play it. It triggers all the events again, all of the effects. So I gain 1 rune. I can banish a card in my discard pile. And I can destroy this again to get the benefit again. So 1, 2, 3. And I've got 1 left over, I think. Wait, no. Yeah, 1 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4. And constructs. No, never mind. Okay. So, and that's only towards a construct. So I'm gonna get Personal Wormhole, hooray! And I believe that's my turn. Yep, that's my turn. Alright, so fingers crossed that I defeated him. Alright, he gets Canopic Jar and Prodigal. So now it's time to count everything. So, let's see. First, I'm going to count the Nemesis, just so I see what I'm up against. So, they got 15, 16, 17, 18 honor from monsters. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, plus 8, 31, 33, 34, 35, 37, 39, 42, 48, 51, 52, 55, 60, 62, 63, alright, 70 honor. So, let's see if I can beat that. So I got 10, 20, 34 for monsters. And in my deck, I've got 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 41, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 51, 55, 58, 61, 62, 64, 65, 66, 68, 69, 71, 75, 80, 83, 84, 86. Woohoo! So I won! I beat the Nemesis. So that is Ascension, and it's really fun. It's more fun to play with other people, I would say, because I feel like the strategy is more involved. This is just sort of like trying to keep them from getting the really good stuff, but the strategy is more complicated when you're playing with other people. So I definitely recommend, if you are going to play it, to play with some friends. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it was relaxing for you and full of good sounds. So I'll be back again soon with another video. I have a lot of games, so if you like this, I can make more game videos. I really like explaining things like this, so yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Alright, well, I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you soon.